Well, I want to tell you a couple stories that relate to each other. One is a real life story, and that is that this morning I met somebody for the first time, sizing each other up, I guess you'd say. And one thing I noticed about this person was they had a kind of an upbeat person, probably a helpful person, but they had this kind of negative attitude about other people, right? Their expectations of other people, how helpful people were. People aren't prone to help you out unless, back in the farm days, people would help you raise a barn, and people were neighborly and would help you raise a barn if your barn burned down and some stuff like that. And I said, well, I don't see it that way. That's not my experience, at least in this little town that I live in. People always seem very, very ready to help you, go out of their way. And okay, so that was that. And I meant to say I heard somebody make that exact point just yesterday also about the friendly old farm days when people would come over to help you raise a barn if you needed it. So just this afternoon, I'm feeling kind of frazzled, and I drive out to the lake to just park and open the window and sit down with the lake breeze blowing on me and mellow out a little bit. And I snoozed for a little bit, and when I got up, I realized something must have been on. I think it was my headlights, but my battery had died. And I dug around very extensively to find my battery cables. And I looked around. I was just standing with my battery cables, and first guy who drove by, I didn't even wave at him or anything. He just drove up and asked if I needed a boost. I said, yeah. Gave me a boost. Proving what I said that morning about people being very helpful and friendly around here. So anyway, it always reminds me of a great story I heard once, and this is a story that's not entirely safe for the office, by the way. And that is, there was this grouchy guy who gets up on a Saturday morning. It's the weekend, he doesn't have to work. And he thinks, what am I going to do with myself? God damn, it's the weekend and there's nothing to do. And shit, I'd take a ride out in the country, but there's probably no gas in the car. The kids used the car, probably didn't fill up the goddamn gas tank. He goes out there, eventually looks in the car and sees there is enough gas to go for a ride. And he goes for a ride, and God damn it, people are cutting him off. God damn you, doesn't anybody know how to drive? Shit. And people are cutting him off, and he's heading for the country, finally gets out on the road to the country, and he's driving along thinking, shit, nobody's got anything productive to do on a Saturday. Just drive around, maybe there's nothing really to do. And he's driving along, and bang, his tire blows. He says, oh shit, perfect. Something like that was bound to happen. Now let me see if there's even a spare tire. Whoever used the spare tire probably didn't blow it up. God damn it. He looks in the trunk, and there's a spare tire, but there's no jack. He says, God damn it, no jack. I should have known there'd be no jack. People are completely irresponsible. And he sees nobody around, nobody driving by, and he sees way off in the distance and across the field, there's a farmhouse. He says, well, shit, I'm going to have to go ask for help. But nobody's going to give me any help because people just don't give you help. People don't give a shit about anybody anymore. And he's walking across the field. And of course, he's going across the field to ask for a jack. Okay, so he gets getting more and more worked up as he walks across the field, and he's He's thinking, God damn, somebody's going to probably shoot me before I get out. You know, people don't even want you on their goddamn land. They assume you're up to no good, and somebody's probably going to shoot me by the time I get there. And he's getting himself more and more worked up and it gets closer and closer to the house, and he's getting more and more pissed off. That even if there is somebody here, they won't help me anyway. Why would they? And God damn it. And this little old lady opens the door and says, "Yes, may I help you?" And he says, "Well, you can just take that goddamn jack and stick it up your ass." Thanks. Think about that story.